Hey, it's me, the N to the J to the B. I know, B stands for it has been a minute. That was whack, but whatever. I swear for God, I did not intend to be gone as long as I have, which has been like 5 weeks, maybe 6 weeks at this point. I believe my last video was right before I was getting ready to attend the red carpet premiere of the show that I wrote, Linked by Love. All of the Linked by Love episodes are available now. Oh yeah, so it must have been, it's been 6 weeks since my last video. I ended up not wearing any of the options that I showed you because I found a dress on Poshmark, and as soon as I saw it, I was like, ooh, I like that. And somebody else made an offer on it. I got a notification that somebody made an offer, and I was like, yeah, no, you're not getting it. That's my dress. So I paid $65 for a $335 Norma Kamali dress. It fit like a glove. I got compliments all night. Like it was absolutely the right choice, and I'm happy that I wore it. The event was wonderful. I just got really overwhelmed with all the things that I had to do. I got issues with anxiety, so I've been having some issues with anxiety. It was pretty well controlled by medication for a while, and now it doesn't seem to be. So sometimes I have heart palpitations, not in the sense that, oh, I'm going to have a heart attack, but that's usually the precursor to a panic attack. I haven't had a panic attack in a long time, but that's usually like that would be one of the signals when I used to have them. It would be like my heart is just about to jump out of my chest. So that's been happening more often. So I've just been doing as little as I can get away with doing and trying to get myself together again. And I'm not together yet, but I miss talking to you all. And I wonder about, I wonder what's going on with this situation. I know this person was having this going on. This person was going here. I wonder about my community here, of which you are one. And I want to know what's going on with you. And recently, a few viewers have reached out to me to ask me if I was okay, which I truly appreciate. It means a lot. It means a lot. Like, you've never met me in person. I've never met you in person, but it doesn't matter, the internet connects us all. We're all connected through YouTube and whatever other social media that we're on, because I know some of you follow me elsewhere too. I'm on Twitter sometimes. I think I'm on Twitter most often because it's just easy enough to pop in, have some conversations with a few people, watch the news, see what the latest crazy news is, and then pop out. But I just yesterday posted a few things about just some of the stuff that I've done while I've been away. So I did a podcast with Shed Geek, and I didn't know that the shed industry was like such a large, tight-knit community. And the host of Shed Geek, his name is Shannon Latham, he talks to all of these people who build sheds, who sell sheds, and he made a comment on Facebook, and I saw it, and he mentioned wanting to have me on his podcast, and I was like, let's make it happen. So we made it happen. Seems like a truly awesome guy. We connected on a number of levels, and I think if you check out the podcast, you might enjoy it. I enjoyed it. What else is going on? So the premiere for Linked by Love, it was a lot of fun. It was a big deal, and not even like, okay, like when the latest Will Smith movie, well, I shouldn't say Will Smith now, let's see who else, the latest Idris Elba movie's about to come out or whatever. It's a huge deal where they shut down the street and all of that. Okay, our premiere wasn't that big. let me think. There was a celebrity there. Oh man, I want to kick myself for not remembering if it was Kool Moe Dee or Big Daddy Kane. I am so ashamed of myself that I don't remember. But yeah, one of them was on the red carpet because he recently got a kidney transplant, and the show is about this family in which the mom develops chronic kidney disease, and it shows what she goes through, how her family rallies around her to get her through it, the whole process of getting a kidney transplant, all of that. But it has some heartfelt moments. It's got some comedic moments, and I wrote it. Like I'm honored. I'm honored to have been given this opportunity, and I am happy that it has been received the way that it has. What else have I been doing besides putting on weight and cutting off all my hair? Y'all see this, right? Y'all see this? I know you see it. So what had happened was I wanted a particular haircut. It was time. It was like the texture of my hair had changed. I didn't even recognize it as my own hair. I was like, whose hair is this on my head? Like, what is going on? Maybe that's a middle-aged thing. Your hair starts to change. I don't know if it's that. I don't know if it's the medication that I've been on. You know, we'll get to that medication. The estrogen blockers that I've been on for a year and a half. I'm not taking it right now, and I'll explain to you why in a minute. But I don't know what happened, but I was like, I don't know what's happening with my hair, and I ain't got time for this. So I saw a really cute hairstyle online on Twitter, and I tweeted, what do y'all think? Should I? And everybody was like, yeah, go for it. Do it. And I was like, okay, you know what? I'm going to do this. And then I'm like, if I'm going to go that short, because it was short on the, not quite this short, but it was short on the sides, and it was long on the top, and it was tapered here. And I'm like, if I'm going to go that short, why don't I just go way shorter on the sides, let my hair, if I'm going to ever let it grow back again, let it come in fresh, let it, sprout anew from my head, and see what it has decided to do. I took that picture to my hairstylist who does good work. She didn't give me a bad haircut, but looking back, I know what happened, and I was preoccupied while I was sitting in her chair. So otherwise I would have said, hey, you need to do this for my hair. She blowed it a little bit, blow dried it, like straightened it, not like a silk press or anything like that, but just straightened it enough so she could cut it that way. But the thing is, when you cut hair dry, curly hair, when you cut curly hair dry, and then you wet it and it shrinks up, it's shorter than you intended. And I know that from doing it on myself. I know that from having my grandmother do it to me. I know it, and I just didn't catch it. And so when she was done, I was like, okay, all right, thank you. I'm like, okay, the top isn't really styled the way I like it styled, but that's frequent. How often do you go to a hairstylist and when you leave you're like, okay, well, I don't like this little swoopy-doo she did over here, so I'll just fix that when I get home, or she put the part on the wrong side, I ain't tripping, I'll just flip it over on when I get home. So that was the attitude that I took. And when I got home and I started messing with, I was like, I ain't got no hair. I got no hair. And I hadn't finessed it at all. Like at this point, I've finessed it a little bit. I like this side, which you can't see. I like this side better than this side. This side's a little harsh. It's like, I feel like a Marine, like I'm in the Marine Corps. So I needed to grow some more, but it was sitting like, it was like this. There was no, I've brushed it to the side, but it was sitting here like this. I look like Bert on Sesame Street. And I was just like, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna have to wear hats. Either it was cut it all off or wear hats and scarves for the next few weeks until it gets a little hang time. But I'm getting used to it. But I do like this side. I like everything but the way it looks on this side. Like it's just harsh, you know, like this is supposed to be longer and yeah, whatever, but it'll grow. It's hair, it'll grow. So that's why I'm bald hair right now. Why am I fat right now? I'm fat right now because I don't really know why I'm fat right now, but I need to get it together on multiple levels. I'm also tired. I am very, very tired. Now, I had a minor surgery on, today is Tuesday. On Friday, I had a minor surgery. I'm going to the post office. And I'm okay. I'm okay. But I was, you know, kind of foggy in the head, which they told me I would be for a few days. And I was, but other than that, really no complications. Yesterday I felt lightheaded. And then last night, I had some trouble getting to sleep. I was feeling that pounding in my chest. I was just thinking about like all the stuff I got to do and just things that I'm not getting to. I just feel like I have a to-do list as long as my arm. And it's probably shorter now than it ever has been, you know, or it has been in the last several years. But there are things on it that are important, but there's only so many things that I can get done in a day. And I don't know, does it ever end? So I'm in bed having the heart palpitations, just like, okay, like maybe I can get to sleep at some point. And oh, there's no parking. And then I was asleep. I had set my alarm to get up. I set 2 alarms. I set one to get me up at 8 a.m. And in case I missed that, I set another one to get me up at 8:10, to go off at 8:10 a.m. because I had a voiceover audition due at 9, and I knew I could get up, you know, get my voice together so it wasn't, you know how you sound sleepy when you first wake up. I knew I could do that and I get my audition in on time. Well, listen, I woke up about 10:15. Just didn't know my name, didn't know what had happened. Like I slept hard, I woke up late, slept through 2 alarms, and missed doing my audition. And I was still tired, so I stayed in bed until about noon. I didn't even get out of bed till noon. I was just like, checking to see what's going on in the world, seeing the terrible news, you know, a little 16-year-old getting shot because he knocked on somebody's door. Just, there's so much going on. There's so much going on. So, I can tell right now, and I'm sure you can tell too, that I'm a little scattered. I can hear it. I'm talking kind of fast, and and I'm fidgety. That's how I've been. So I'm okay. Like the surgery, I don't really want to get into the weeds on it, but how do I put this without putting all my business on the interwebs? So I had some side effects from that medication I told you about. For people who haven't been here before, I was diagnosed with breast cancer in early 2021, went through treatment, and because the breast cancer that I had, there are different types, and the type that I had was fed by estrogen. The course of treatment for me is to be on estrogen blockers for 10 years. And I was put on a medication called tamoxifen. I took it for 1.5 years, and then I started having some complications. The doctor took me off of that one, put me on a different one, and I felt terrible. Now, the tamoxifen that I had been on, the worst side effect was wicked hot flashes. Like, not normal hot flashes, because I can weather those, but these were like wicked, and they were just, they were very disruptive. So, but I had complications outside of that, which were concerning. So I was taken off of that, put on something called letrozole. the letrozole within it might not have even been 3 whole weeks. I felt terrible. I was depressed. What else was wrong with me? I was achy. Like I felt like I had aged about 20 years in 2 to 3 weeks. And I told my oncologist, I am not taking this. Like there's no way I'm taking this for 8.5 years. Ain't gonna happen. I don't want to take it for another 8.5 days. And she's like, okay, let's back up off of it. Let's do some checking and see if the tamoxifen has caused some other problems. And so that's where I am now. That's what the surgery was for. I think, I hope, I pray everything will come back clear with no further signs of cancer. I don't think they will. I don't think the results will show any additional cancer, but it's, you know, we're being safe. And if the results don't show any other cancer, then she'll put me back on tamoxifen, and we'll just, I don't know. I guess I just had a surgery every 3 years or whatever. I don't really know. I don't know what we do after that, but that's where I am. And I'm tired. I'm tired. I need a vacation. There's a pending writer's strike. I don't know if you've heard about it. It's a big deal here in LA and Hollywood because the industry is so big here, but like in other parts of the country, I don't know if you hear about these things. I don't remember hearing about writers. I didn't care before I got out here, before I got in the industry. But there's a looming writer's strike. The writers want and need more money. A lot has changed with the fact that TV shows now are different from the way that they used to be. You remember they used to be like 23-ish episodes in a season, and they would start in September and they would run until around the winter holidays, and then they pick up in January, and then they would run until late spring or early summer. Well, that's rarely the case anymore. Now sometimes you get on a show, it might have anywhere between 6 and 10 episodes to it, and you're paid for that. Everything gets put on streaming, so you don't have syndication. And syndication is when one of those shows that had all those episodes would reach 100 episodes. Oh, then you get paid. But that's really not much of a thing anymore. So they need to reconfigure how people are being paid, because let me turn this off. I ain't got no gas. I'm sitting here running my mouth. They need to figure out a different model for paying people, because the old rules don't apply anymore. And whereas people will be like, yeah, I wrote this show and I bought a house because of it, or I was able to retire in Paris or whatever. Now you're like, I wrote this show and I was able to keep my car and pay my electricity bill, and it's that way industry wide. Like, actors are not retiring off one commercial anymore either. I'm a living witness. So that needs to happen. But when that happens, then advertising goes down. It's like there aren't any commercials I should put it this way, there aren't many commercials to shoot, because the companies don't want to spend advertising dollars if there aren't new shows that people are watching. You know what I'm saying? So basically, those of us in the industry have to prepare for what is about to happen if or when, and it seems like it's gonna happen, the writers go on strike. And that, I think that'll happen pretty soon. So there's that. So I'm trying not to just get out here and be reckless and spend up a whole bunch of money. I ain't got a whole bunch of money, but spend up money that I don't need to be spending going somewhere, just to get away, clear my head, do some writing, get away from my to-do list. But I'm starting to think that I might need to do that just for my own peace of mind. I mean, I ain't spending nobody else's money, so I mean, I guess I can do what I want, but I'm just trying to be responsible. I'm trying to be a wise steward over what God has given me. What else? What else? This is part of the reason why I stayed away for so long. I knew that when I came back, what? I knew that when I came back, I was going to have so much to tell you. And I kept thinking that I was going to get back to editing a video that I started editing like 5 weeks ago, of footage and photos from the red carpet screening. And it was just over my head. It was like, I have to do that. I have to do that. I have to do that. But there were other things that I actually had to do. I wanted to do that, but there were things that I actually had to do that were a priority, and I felt bad about not getting to it. And I know y'all always tell me, don't feel bad, like we'll see you when you get here, and whatever whatever I want to say is fine. And I appreciate you always being so warm and welcoming to me and whatever shenanigans I got going on. But I want to offer more than that. Something good now. Something good that I've been doing is, and I have lost sleep because of it. Not last night, but over the last several weeks, I've been learning how to use AI. Now, I'm sure you've heard about AI, artificial intelligence. It's everywhere because they have these this new chatbot capability where you can type in, now you can type in Google, you can go into Bing, Bing's using AI now, but you can go into any search engine on your computer, and search engines are, Google, there's Yahoo, there's DuckDuckGo, and some other ones, and you can put in blue shoes if you're looking for blue shoes, and they'll bring you blue shoes. Or you can say, what's the distance from Los Angeles to San Diego, which I did today. I was like, no, I need to drive to San Diego and just hang out there for a bit. And it'll give you a distance. Well, with AI and these chat bots, you can type in more involved requests. You can ask it to create a business plan for selling t-shirts, or like you can ask it really complex things and it can usually answer you. So this is a big deal, and it's going to be a game changer for a lot of people's jobs. I think it's going to be a game changer for the world in the same way that internet has been a game changer. You remember before we had the internet, you remember how we lived? And now you see how much the internet is integrated into our lives. It's like, if you don't have internet, you feel like you out in the wilderness or something. Like, what's happening that you ain't got no internet? I think it's going to be the same kind of thing. Okay, so that part of AI and the chatbots that's cool, right? AI art, yo. That's what's got me. I love art. I love to create art. I paint. That I don't know if I do digital art too. Like I taught myself how to do digital art using an app called Procreate. And now I am teaching myself. I have taught myself to create AI generated art. There's a lot of controversy because people feel like it'll take jobs away from, here, I got a notification. Okay. It'll take jobs away from artists, traditional artists. But in the way that digital art didn't stop traditional artists from creating, I don't think it will. I think it'll become just another tool in an artist's toolbox, as it's becoming in mine. I've come up with some artwork that I am really excited about, I'm proud of, and I'm building a cohesive collection that I'm going to show to you. I'm going to put it on products if anybody's interested. I don't know. You know what? Here in the description section, let me know if you've heard of NFTs or non-fungible tokens, if you know what they are, understand them, and if you're at all interested in knowing more, or ever buying an NFT, okay, just let me know. I suspect that probably most of my viewers are not into that, because this hasn't been a tech channel, you know. Like I'm a gearhead, like I like tech stuff, but I don't really talk about it too much on this channel, but I can really nerd out about some tech stuff. But I'm also creating a collection of NFTs. But don't worry. If you're not into NFTs, I'm not trying to make you be into NFTs. I will have other items too, and I want them to be items that reflect, I don't want to give it away yet. What can I say without giving it away yet? That reflect things that I value. I'll put it that way. Things that I value and things that I feel like my community of folks value. And that's not necessarily just Black people. I mean, I'm a Black woman, you know, so Black people and women are always going to be at the forefront of whatever it is that I do. But there are other populations that, you know, hey, if you vibe with me, then we cool, you know, we can vibe together. So I just want something that we can all enjoy, and that when we see it, it instills a sense of inspiration or pride or something like that. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I've been doing that I haven't told you. I need to get some scripts written. I really do. But when I'm at home, and I just thought of something else. Okay, I touched on this a little bit in one of the videos, but before I went on hiatus. You know, I got rodents living in the ceiling above my bed. They've been there since November. It's an ongoing thing now. It's gotten a little ugly. Like, I withheld my rent. I got served a notice to pay in 3 days or quit. And then I looked up my rights, and I realized that I had to pay the 2 months of back rent because I didn't withhold it the right way. But now I know what the right way is. But one of the owners came by and talked to me yesterday and said they're trying. They're not sure how to get rid of them because of the way the roof is sloped. Like, it's a steep slope, and nobody can like get on top of it and see what's going on there. I had to fly my drone and take drone photography so that they could see where there were cracks, and it's where I believe, and I think they're squirrels. I don't think they're rats. So that they can see where they're getting in. So they're gonna do something on the 20th. What's today? Today's the 18th. They're gonna do something on the 20th. The roofer's gonna come and look and do something. And if that doesn't work, then they have to open up the ceiling above my bed, and they're gonna have to put me in a hotel. They had to put me up in a hotel about 2 weeks ago. Why was that? Oh, because I needed a new tub. There was flooding downstairs. One of my longest time friend, most consistent friend for the past 30 years. You've met him. His name's Elgin, and he's been on my videos a couple times. Well, he moved. So, and he used to live below me. He's the one that told me about the apartment that I live in now. And I've been in my apartment for over 11 years now. So he moved, and when somebody moves out, they got to clean up the apartment and all that stuff. Well, he had flooding issues whenever I would take a bath. Not when I would take a shower, when I would take a bath. And the plumber couldn't figure out what the heck was going on. So once he moved out, they opened up the ceiling down there, and they looked, and they're like, I don't know what's happening. Finally, one of them figured out that my bathtub was leaking. I'm like, how? My tub was just glazed last year. Like, they reglazed everything, made it look nice and new. There were no holes in it. They're like, I don't know, but something about the water and the water pressure when you get in the water. I don't know. I don't really know. It was like some physics type stuff. I was like, okay. So they sent me to a hotel for 2 nights so that they could install a new tub. And it's a kind of tub that comes with the whole wall unit and everything. It looks really nice in there. And then they paint it. But I came back to a new tub. It wasn't completely finished. And I came back to a ton of dust. A ton. Like, to the point where I hit my bed like this and a big puff of dust came out. So it's just been one thing after another, but I'm still standing. I'm still smiling most of the time, and I am going into this post office right now to get myself some shoes. I had 2 pair of Crocs, one I would wear in the house and one I would wear outside, and my inside the house Crocs broke, so that I couldn't put my orthotics in them anymore. So I cleaned off, Crocs, you can sanitize them. I cleaned off my outside Crocs and started wearing them inside, but then I don't have outside Crocs anymore. So I bought myself a new pair of Crocs, and they're platforms, and I'm really excited about them. They came in on Friday, but I couldn't get over here because I had to go have surgery on Friday. Okay? All right. So that's what's going on. That's what's going on with me. You have sat here and you've listened for a half an hour. I appreciate you so much, and rest assured that I'm thinking about you. Even if I disappear for a while, I will be back. I don't know. I feel like I'm doing life wrong, I always say the biggest lie ever told is that you are the only one. You are never the only one who thinks, feels, or does anything. All these people on the earth, you can find somebody else who's going through the same thing, or has gone through the same thing, or thinks the same way, feels the same way. But I just feel like I have trouble managing regular day-to-day stuff. And it doesn't really make any sense to me. Like things that I feel like I should be able to keep up with no problems. I'm like, okay, I'm really just responsible for me. Yes, I engage with other people. I do things for other people. I have obligations, obligations that I took on. I'll put it that way, because I don't have any kids. I don't have a spouse. Like, it seems like it's just me, so things should be easier, because I look around at folks who got a house full of kids, got a husband, got a bunch of pets, whatever it is, got a house you gotta keep up construction on and all of that. I don't have any of that, and it's on purpose. It's on purpose because I saw at a young age that all that just seemed overwhelming. It seemed overwhelming, and I knew I would feel stuck personally. And that's not a commentary on anybody else. I want people to have and do what makes them happy, as long as they're not hurting anybody. I just knew that all of that was not for me, and I would not be good with all of that. Well, I ain't got none of that, and I'm still overwhelmed. So I don't really know what I'm supposed to do with that information. I don't know. And I feel like sometimes when I don't want to come on here and talk, and I've said it before, I don't want to come and tell y'all the same stuff, or tell y'all something like that, and you're like, okay, well, you just got you don't have, you're not working a 9-to-5 for $10 an hour. You're not you're not going home to a partner who's yelling at you. You don't have 18 dogs that all need to be fed, or what, you don't have 6 kids. Like, what are you complaining about? I get it, and I feel that way, and I'm sensitive to it, and I try not to do it, but we're not all wired the same way. So what may be overwhelming for one person may not be for the next. We're just not all the same way. We know that. But I am very frequently overwhelmed, and I don't really know what to do about it. Yeah, I don't know what to do about it. So that's why I take trips. I go away for a while, clear my head, and then come back. And I haven't for a while now. So maybe it is time. Maybe it is time. Maybe that's being a wise steward over what God has given me. You know what I'm saying? Because money is not the most important thing. If I fall out somewhere, I can't take it with me. If I fall out because I'm stressed out and overwhelmed, I can't take it with me. So might as well do what I need to do to maintain myself. That said, there was a death in my apartment building yesterday, and I didn't know the guy very well. It wasn't like he was a friend. He was just a guy. He was a guy that I would see in the building sometimes, and when I saw him, he was always nice, always had a kind word, had like a gentle energy to him. If I had to guess, I would guess he was in his early 60s. I would guess. But he has been doing hospice at home in his apartment for a while now. And he just got worse and worse. And I saw him a few weeks ago, maybe a month ago now, in the parking garage. And I was surprised to see him driving because I knew he wasn't well and was doing hospice. And he, got out of the car and we talked for a little bit. And I was just surprised. I try not to let it show on my face, but I was surprised to see him so skinny. He lost more than half of his body weight. I'm sure of it. And I just felt bad for him. So he passed away yesterday. And I looked out the window. Well, yeah, I looked out the window and saw them wheeling him. I mean, the guys who came and got him, he had a hospice nurse who was there with him for 24 hours or so, the last 24 hours, and they wheeled him out. It was just, it's just a reminder of, do everything you can right now. Do what you want to do right now. Just don't hurt nobody. If you want to hurt people, go talk to somebody. Go talk to a professional. But do what you want to do. Live your life how you want to live it, because we are all leaving here. We're all leaving here. And I know not everybody believes in heaven and hell. Some people believe there's nothing after you die. Some people believe in reincarnation. I'm not getting into that. I don't need to debate people's beliefs. But this life experience, you're going to get it one time. So why not make the most of it? Why not make the most of it? Am I making the most of it? I don't know. For a while I was. I'm not sure that I am right now. Are you making the most of yours? I don't know. Maybe there's more to it. Maybe there's more to this discussion. But I've already been talking to you for almost 40 minutes. So I'm going to go in here. I'm going to get my shoes. I'm going to let you go on and do what you got to do. But please leave me a comment. I love your comments. I will read and respond to everyone. I appreciate you truly. Let me know how you're doing, what you've been up to over the last month. And I hope you all are doing well. Also, follow me. If you're on other social media sites, call me. I mean, call me, Lord. Don't call me. I hardly ever answer my phone. But follow me, and we can communicate that way too when I'm not here. There's some days where I feel more like writing than I do talking. So, I'm here, I'm there, a little bit everywhere. And I will talk to you again soon. Okay? Take it easy. Bye.